loves, Cassie here. I'm talking to you today about this month's family craft. We're going to be making these cute little pencil toppers, and specifically we're going to be making these fun rainbow cloud toppers. Make sure you register to get this craft kit and keep watching to learn how I made it. So in your craft kit, you'll have some white felt that you can use to make your clouds. You'll have strips of colored felt to make the rainbow, and you'll have a cloud template that you can use to cut out your clouds, but feel free to make your own shapes if you want. You don't have to follow this. You're gonna need a marker, some scissors, pencils, and a hot glue gun. So the first step you want to do is make your cloud shapes, and you're going to need 2 of them, and then cut those out. So I'm going to do that off screen right now. Okay, I have my 2 clouds cut out, and they're going to go overlap each other just like this for our topper. So you want to make sure that the size and the shape of your topper is pretty even. So I do have some excess on one side, but it's not too big of a deal. I can fix that once I've hot glued everything and make some trims at the end. If you do notice that there's any big differences though, I would suggest trimming it beforehand so that when you're gluing, everything will look even. So now that I have my 2 pieces of cloud, I have to figure out placement of things. So what I like to do first is figure out where my pencil is going to fit in to the cloud. So you also want to try to make sure the inside is the side that has your pencil from your tracing. If you have any excess pencil on the edges, like this one, you can see it a little better. If not, you can try to erase it a little. It should come up, but if it doesn't, that's not a big deal either. So you're going to want to get a pencil and figure out the placement of where your pencil is going to be in. So I want to try to make it centered, and I like to draw a little rectangle around the pencil so I know when I'm hot gluing after where not to put glue. Because the whole point is we want to make sure we leave enough space that our pencil is going to fit in. So actually, I traced it pretty close. If you can, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. I traced it pretty close. You could probably even give it a little more space than that. Just so that, you know, if you have a bigger pencil one day, you don't have to worry about your pencil not fitting. Let me zoom out again. Okay, so I did my tracing so I can figure out where the pencil is going to sit and where I don't want to make sure I put hot glue. And now I need to figure out the placement of my little rainbow streaks. And whenever I do rainbow themed things, I always personally like to go in Roy G. Biv order. So that's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. We're using purple and pink, but you can switch the order however you like. So pretty much we have to figure out where these are gonna go. You wanna make sure they fit inside your cloud so you don't have strips hanging off. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna put something to help weigh down my cloud so it doesn't keep moving. So you're gonna put these down so I can try to make sure it's centered, just because that's the look I'm going for. If you don't want yours to be centered, I mean, it's your pencil topper. You can do whatever you want with it. Like if you don't want to use all of these colors for yours, you don't have to do that either. Okay. right, so I have them all in a line and none of them are overlapping. If you wanted, you could even put a little space between them and maybe trim them so that they're a little more narrow, and then you could have some space between each one. But I just kind of, the reason why I'm doing this is to try to figure out with all of them down where the best placement is so it's centered. So I'm just gonna put a little line on each side of my two ends so I can see when I'm doing putting my hot glue where to start on the end. So I'm filming in a different spot, so my hot glue couldn't be where I'm filming, so I'm gonna do that off camera. But essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little dollop of hot glue and then place each strip. You wanna go along the edge. It doesn't need to be perfectly straight up here though. And then after the fact, you can always trim the ends if they're uneven. So I'm gonna do that gluing and then come back, and we're only gluing them down onto one side for now, on one side of the cloud. Afterwards, we'll glue the top part over these. But okay, let me go hot glue, I'll be back. Okay, I have glued down all of my rainbow colors. And when I had traced before and said you don't want to do hot glue in this space, that was when we're hot gluing the other piece of the cloud on top. You do have to put hot glue for your middle pieces of your rainbow in this spot, but your pencil is essentially gonna fit over it like so. It'll kind of be this look. So don't stress about that. I also want to mention too, to make sure you don't do too thick, like too big of a piece, too big of a squeeze of hot glue. You can see I probably squeezed a little bit too hard and did too big of a dollop, so you can see the glue peeking through. But I kind of like that look personally, so if it does that, don't stress. I also realized as I was gluing that my rainbow pieces ended up going on kind of a little slant. So if I had my pencil where I figured it would be, so about here, and then if you looked, it's going at a little angle, which is okay. I think that's cute, but I'm just letting you know, if it doesn't look perfect, don't stress. You know, embrace the difference. Okay, so you have to decide if you want this side with the rainbow sticking out to be the front, or if you're gonna want this side, so where your pencil goes. So if you want your pencil sticking out to be the front, or if you want your pencil behind your rainbow pieces to be the front. So I like this look with the pencil hidden behind my rainbow. And now I'm gonna draw my face onto my cloud with a marker, and I'm just gonna give it a little smile like so, and little happy eyes. And then I realized I think this marker is blue and not black like I thought it was, but that's fine. So if you have a thicker marker, it might be best to use that. If not, you can kind of go over it again to make it a little more defined. But all right, I think I like that. You could always do the little smile lines if you like, or give it whatever face, or no face if you don't want a face. Sorry, I just realized I said face a lot there. Okay, so the front part of my cloud is all done, and now the next step is going to be gluing on the second piece. So again, you want to make sure you have it lined up the right way, and yep, I had that backwards, so double check that. Make sure you have the right side facing out. And then what we're gonna do is now, so these two pieces happen to line up perfectly for me. I'm gonna put a little line of hot glue all along the edge, and then stick this piece right on top. When you're doing this, work in small sections because hot glue does have the tendency to dry a little faster than you think it might. So I'm just gonna do, I think I'm gonna start on this corner and do a little, strip, place it down, and then you can flip it over and kind of keep going and do it that way. I also just want to mention, don't hot glue right at the very edge, because then if you need to make any trims, it'll be a little difficult if the hot glue's there. So you want to just go in just a little. So what you might even want to do, and what I think I'm going to do, is I'm just going to draw a little line about where I want to put the hot glue so that I don't make any errors. And then also you do want to make sure you put a little strip of hot glue where your pencil goes. So I'm going to put a little strip here, a little strip here, a little strip there, just so that when my pencil's inside my cloud, it's nice and secure. And then go this way as well, and this way as well. All right, so again, I am going to go hot glue off screen, and I'll be back when that is complete. Okay, I have hot glued everything down, as you can see, and now I just want to make sure my pencil fits. So you should have a little space right where you didn't hot glue, and you push your pencil in, and there you go. You have your little pencil topper. So you're not quite done yet, or I mean, you can be done if you like it, but I'm gonna trim, oh, I just realized my rainbow's backwards. That's okay. I'm gonna trim my edges because I don't want them to be quite even. So I'm gonna kind of do pieces shorter and longer. So I'll just do that real quick. You also have to think of where you're going to be holding your pencil. So you don't want your rainbow pieces to be too far down so that they're not in the way of your pencil holding. You want a practical rainbow. All right, cutting pieces here and there. I think I'm actually going to go back and make that pink one a little shorter as well. Yeah, put it about here. All right, and here is my completed product. Make sure you register to get this craft kit, and I hope you have as much fun as I did making it. Bye.